Prem Sabolo Shri Guru Maharaj Ki Jai Ho, Jai Sitaram, Jai devotees, Swagatam and welcome back to Sooryoday, your Thursday morning simulcast on Radio and TV Jaagriti with yours truly, Pandit Shiva Janak Maharaj. Dear devotees, I trust that all of you had a very beautiful weekend celebrating with your families. It's a family time, bringing families together as we took the time off to join with the world in celebrating Mother's Day on Sunday gone. I trust that even though you were far away, you would have given your mother a call at least to tell her how very much you appreciate all that she has done for you and continue to do for you. And remember the sacrifices that your mother has made for you, even if she is not with you physically anymore. As we all know, every day in the Hindu life is a day for Mother's Day. Every day is a day for Father's Day. Every day is a day for Children's Day. And so, on Monday gone, you would have been informed that that was the observance of the International Day of Families. And Bhaiya Dev Ramsuchitji had a very, very beautiful program. I heard piece of it on Monday morning, telling you of the International Day of Families on Monday gone. And so every day is a day for families. So we continue this morning as we speak about International Day for Families. You see, dear devotees, it's very important for us to understand that the family unit, as we remind you here on Sooryoday from time to time, is the base unit of our entire universe, you can say. Because from your family unit, they form the building blocks for your communities. For your communities, build the building blocks for your nation. And your nation is your country, builds the building block for the globe. And so it goes on and on. And you come right back down to your family. And what happens in your family makes that ripple effect or a domino effect, as you may say, in what happens in our society. And if we look at society today, we see that there is an urgent need for the development of family values. People don't trust, people don't have faith, people don't have respect for life anymore, and for others, and for their possessions. And so all these are things that you can learn at home. You see, we can't play the blame game and blame the government and blame, the leaders and so forth. The blame, or the responsibility rather, starts right at home. We have to make that change. Mahatma Gandhi says we have to be the change we want to see in the world. And so you have to make that change in your very own homes. And so, dear devotees, let us start with the theme that they had for this International Day of Families, which was on Monday on May 15th. Every year is the International Day of Families according to the United Nations. And it said here, this year's observances of the International Day of Families focuses on the role of families and family-oriented policies in promoting education and overall well-being of their members. You see that, devotees? The theme, families, education and well-being. What is the genesis or the tie between it? You see, families have to start that education process which will allow others to have that well-being. We often hear from time to time that education is the key to success. Education is the key to get out of any negative situation that you may be in, whether it be that of poverty or maybe abuse, whatever. We say Jyotirma, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. From darkness of ignorance, lead me to the light of knowledge. Let me make an educated decision, not just a decision. When you make decisions in the dark, you end up in trouble. But if you make an educated decision, you will see the success in your decisions. And this is what adds to or ensures your well-being. And so your family unit has to play that part of educating one another. We can learn from children as well, as we just had Nursing Baba's Jayanti. And Prahaladji, he also tried to teach his father, but he didn't listen. And so children can teach parents as well. So we all learn from each other. So let us all educate each other, dear devotees. And so as we begin this morning, we begin, as we mentioned, children and learning from children. We pay our oblations to Bhagwan Shri Ganesh. You see, in the parivar of Shri Ganesh Ji, Mata Parvati and Bhagwan Shiv, they, together with Skanda Baba, his brother, they are all known as the Parivar, Shiva Parivar, a beautiful family that we all can follow to learn how to be a good family. As we pray to Bhagwan Shri Ganesh in a beautiful bhajan, sing along, chant along. Prem se bolo Shri Bhagwan Shri Ganesh Bhagwan ki jai ho. Prem se bolo Shri Ganesh Bhagwan ki jai ho. Jai Sitaram, dear devotees. Swagatam and welcome back to Sooryoday with yours truly, Pandit Shiva Janak Maharaj. This morning we're continuing the discussions that would have started on Monday, the education, the awareness of the International Day of Families. You see, every day is a day for family. Every day is a day that we should make an attempt to change our lives, to implement something that will help our families. And so we have read thus far that this year's observance of the International Day of Families focuses on the roles and responsibilities, the roles of families and family-oriented policies in promoting education and overall well-being for their family members. So, as I said, family-oriented policies. How many of you do have policies, whether they be verbal or written, that will help to guide your families? You see, in a business environment, in a company environment, there are policies and guidelines which tell you what is expected of you and what is not expected of you. And so you are guided by those policies, and they even tell you if there's a breach in the policy, if you're not doing what you're expected to do, or if you do something that you're not supposed to do, what are the consequences of that breach in the policy. However, in our homes, in my other avatar as the digital guru, I make mention of this from time to time, that we don't have such policies, especially when it comes to the use of technology in our homes. We don't have such policies. This is the root cause of many problems that could be prevented. The policies is a preventative measure. So we should have some sort of policies to help promote that education and well-being in our homes as well. And it says here, on this day in particular, the day is to raise awareness of the roles of families in promoting early childhood education and lifelong learning opportunities for children and youth. And as they mention here, promoting early childhood education. Now, I know that as far as the UN is concerned, they are speaking of that of formal education. However, dear devotees, in our Hindu way of life, we do strongly suggest that children go through a process of formal education. However, that formal education is also mixed and integrated with informal education. And what is informal education? You see, the devotees, informal education are the things that we teach our children. Mainly, formal education takes place mainly at school and anything that is school related, like the homework and so forth. However, the informal education takes the form of those little morals and values. Those are words you don't hear much anymore. Morals and values. Do our children even know those words? Do they know the meaning of these words? These are things, the informal education that took place long ago in the families. When we had extended families, we had, I will hear later on, the role of the grandparents in the home to pass along their moral values, their cultural values. And so as we speak of promoting early childhood education, those gurus, our first gurus, Matro Deva Bhava, Pitro Deva Bhava, our mothers and fathers, let us pause to praise the Jagat Mata and Jagat Pita, Bhagwan Shiv and Devi Parvati Mata in this beautiful stotram. Umapati Mahadeva Ki Jai. उमापति महादेव की जय, श्री पार्वती माता की जय हो. Jai Sitaram, dear devotees, Swagatam. Welcome back to Sooryoday. This morning we are continuing the observance or the education and the awareness of the International Day of Families, which was on Monday gone according to the UN, but every day in a Hindu home should be an International Day of Families, dear devotees. And as we continue to read the document and see where the applications of the Hindu home comes in, it says, the day, which is the International Day of Families, will highlight the importance of all caregivers in families, be it the parents, the grandparents, or siblings, and the importance of parental education for the welfare of children. You see, in the old days, in the golden days, the good old days, as the late Dharmachar Pandit Krishna Maharaj, he used to say, the good old days. In those days, we had extended families. And when the parents were hard at work, the children were home with the grandparents. And now, nowadays we know that the grandparents are the ones who spoil the grandchildren. Yes, that is true. But also, the grandparents used to pass on their teachings of their morals and values, which brings us back to the informal education, the very important informal education which we lack in today's home. So we don't have it in today's homes. We have to have that informal education where we teach our children those morals and values, amongst other things, as we will see later on in the document. And so even the older siblings, many a times when everyone else was out working, the eldest in the home used to be the one to take the responsibility of the home, and sometimes the younger siblings, and they used to take care and teach them also responsibilities and moral values. Again, as we mentioned, something that is missing in today's home. It continues. It will focus on good practices of work-family balance to assist parents in their education and caregiving roles. The devotees, parents, every class I have, when I have my parent-teacher meetings, we ensure that the parents know that yes, the teacher can do all he can do, the child can do all they can do, but also that support from the parents is very much needed. And I have seen this time and time again, those children who have the support and love of their parents, especially when it comes to their education, they are the ones who excel in their education. Those poor children, not poor like poverty poor, but those children who are lacking that parental guidance at home to assist them in their education, those are the ones who we have to put in much more work within the school system to get them where they need to be. And I have my own experience as a living example. While I was studying or reading for my master's, my son was actually he was in standard 4, and he wasn't performing to the best of his ability. And as soon as I finished my master's and I spent some more time with him, I allotted more time to work with him, then we saw his performance really skyrocketing, really made a difference. And so I use my own self as an example to say what we see every day in other children's lives. Parents, please, it says here, find that work-family balance. You can work, and you know the day that you lose your job or something, God forbids, happens to you, then, you know, all fall down. They will replace you at the work. However, if something happens to you in your family, there's no one to replace you. You're more valued in your family. See that, be that, dear devotees. Understand that, and so make that change as we enjoy another beautiful bhajan dedicated to the family, that Parivar, Bhagwan Shiva Parivar. Prem Umapati Mahadev ki jai. Umapati Mahadev ki jai. Beautiful bhajan there, devotees. See, when a family that prays together, they stay together, they dance together as well, as we would have seen in that video, that the Shiv Parivar, very happily together, they move together, they dance together, they celebrate together. And we are speaking about, welcome back to Sooryoday with your Shuli Pandit Shiva Janak Maharaj, and this morning we are speaking about the International Day of Families, which is on May 15th, Monday gone. However, every day in the Hindu home is an International Day of Families. And the document continues as we continue our discussions. The day also aims to discuss the importance of knowledge and skills needed to promote sustainable development, including, among other things, through education for sustainable development and sustainable lifestyles, human rights, gender equality, promotion of culture of peace, non-violence. All these things are tenets of Sanatan Dharam, their devotees. Global citizenship and appreciation of cultural diversities and culture's contribution to sustainable development. And so, especially here in Trinidad and Tobago, it's very important. However, I do have a problem with this statement, as they said here, in the importance of knowledge and skills needed to promote sustainable development. You see, in my master's and in my own profession, I strongly believe, because that is what I have studied and I have seen it, I have proved it in my thesis, etc., that competency is not just knowledge and skills, as it says here. To be a competent person, you have to have knowledge, skills, and attitude. And everything that we do in this life, we tend to leave out that small bit known as attitude, our correct aptitude towards the way we do things and the correct way. So it's all about, so knowledge represents the head, skills represent the hands, but the attitude in which we do things represent the heart. And we know in all educational spheres at all levels, you must have the head, hands and heart all working together to be very truly competent in anything that you do. And so it's a very important, and all this is needed to make lifelong learners and education and promotion of a culture of peace, non-violence, peaceful world, dear devotees. See how very important education is. See how very important families are. And so as we close this morning, we pray that Bhagwan blesses each and every one of you and your families. I remind you that you can follow Sooryoday on Facebook, where we have replays of, we have the Sooryoday YouTube channel as well. Those who missed the program and you wish others to hear the message of Sooryoday and your Shri Pandit Shiva Janak Maharaj, you can share those links with them. You just search for us on YouTube and Facebook, Sooryoday, and you have those links always there to remind you of the inspirational messages and to share with others so they too can enjoy that Sooryoday, that sunrise in their lives. Sincere devotees, as we leave you this morning, we pray, Om Asatoma Sadgamya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamya, Mrityorma Amritam Gamya, Om Shantihi, Shantihi, Shantihi.